organizing here at Codemotion Rome 2016. Wow, what a good
I'm really here. Wow. Cool is that?
So first of all, welcome to Codemotion.
Thank you.
Welcome to this Roman edition. You are here to talk, keynoting this morning, talking about the change. And I think that definitely the keyword of your keynote has been change and kindness. So the change process could be really terrific sometimes, but for the most of the people it's really frightening. Why do you believe people are so adverse to change?
Well, the first thing we have to realize is that not everyone is afraid.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
There's a very small percentage of people who love change, who love new ideas, who get excited. Well, those are the people who are here. Those are the people who want to know what the latest and the greatest and the coolest idea is. The problem with changing an organization or a country or the world is that that percentage is very small. And usually those people are, as you can see here, they're young and they're just starting.
They are the innovators.
They're the innovators. They're the innovators. The ones who have been around for a while, who are still young, might still be okay with change, the early adopters.
Yeah.
But if you put those two groups together, the innovators and the early adopters, that's still not a large percentage. So you're right, we still have a lot of people who are resistant. And usually the reason for that is that they've been in the organization, they've been doing a certain kind of development or a certain kind of testing or a certain kind of managing for a long time, and now they're the experts. They have experience in it, they're recognized for their expertise, and they don't want to give that up. They don't want to throw that away. In fact, that's a problem with older people. You have an investment. You've been doing something. You're recognized for what you can do, and you don't want to throw that away. It's called loss aversion. We hate to lose something. And change or new things, that means we're going to lose our expertise. We don't like that.
One of the key topics that you touched during your keynote was the power of the loyalties. You said that you can buy the man's hands, but you need to talk to his heart.
Yes.
I think that it's really important things.
Yes, I think we forget that people don't make decisions logically. They don't make decisions because there are a list of reasons for either moving to a new programming language or a new environment or a new process. Most of the time our decisions, in fact the scientists tell us all our decisions are made emotionally by a part of our brain that is not open to argument. So that nice logical presentation does not move us. In English, when we want to talk about changing someone's mind, we say we want to move them.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know if that translates to Italian, but that means grab a hold of their hearts, not explain something, but grab a hold of their heart and in emotion make the connection of why this is a good thing to do.
How do you move from doing programming work to doing organizational change work?
Well, for me, it happened when I was writing the first book, Fearless Change. That when I started, I was a technical person, I was a designer, I was interested in the design patterns. And over the course of writing the book, because the idea was I want other people to use these design patterns, how can I convince them? And what I discovered along the way is what we've just been talking about. People are not moved by argument, they're moved by emotion. And so I became interested in how do people think, how do organizations change over the 10 years that I spent writing that book.
you spend much of your time studying how the brains work. So how do you apply it to the software development, and especially what is the secret, in your opinion, to deliver software who make customers happy?
Well, what we know is that in development, we don't do science. We just get excited about new ideas and we move, like here, everyone is very excited, but there's no science. There are no experiments, no real experiments. So we should pay attention to the areas of science where they are doing experiments that can help us. And all of the research around the brain and how it works, that applies directly, right, exactly to our business, and we should pay attention. I know that most people don't have time to read, so that's what I do. I try to read, and I try to translate, and I try to put together presentations that will get those ideas across. So to make customers happy, I had a quote this morning in my presentation that you have to understand the customer. Usually we say, we have a great idea, we want to sell that, and we have no idea whether the customer really wants that, whether the customer will use it, whether the customer really cares, and we don't think about how we can emotionally engage the customer in the new idea. We just go out with our brilliant idea without thinking of, well, what does the customer want? What's the customer thinking?
The final question is about the power to say thank you. I was really moved from the finish of your talk, and you say that we spend our time, we decide to spend our time listening to you, and I think that it was one of the best time I ever spent in my entire life. So
thank you.
I would like to say thank you, but I would like that you explain the meaning and the deep meaning of saying thank you.
So what we know is science tells us there's research that shows people who feel grateful. I think that's why religious people have a lot of health benefits, because they are grateful to God. So when we are grateful to other people, we are better. We're healthier, we're happier, we live longer. And we forget that. We forget how important that is to appreciate what other people do, even when it's just showing up for a presentation. That I feel so much better looking out at a room full of wonderful people, and that makes me feel good. I should share that.
Okay. Linda, really, thank you indeed. Thank you to have
Thank
been
you.
here. Thank you to have attended this Codemotion, and see you for the next time.
I hope so. I hope so.
And of course, best greetings from all about us for your birthday.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful birthday.